Jako našeho otce zakladatele máme Masaryka. Ale co ostatní státy?
Dzień dobry, Czech Republic. My name is David and I'm from Poland.
Okay, David, what would you say is like a Polish national hero that like really built the nation up? Who is like the founding father of Poland?
Oh, bro, I think it's like one of the hardest question in our like if you want to speak about Polish history, because that we have a lot of heroes. I mean, there's not even like in our ages like in history. If that someone attacks us, it's always like this success of it is behind a more of group people, you know, not only on one person. But here I can attach maybe Józef Piłsudski.
Okay.
That's the one of like what first come to my mind. So yeah.
Okay, so Pilsudski, what would you say was his biggest obstacle to overcome?
So then after sent by Russia to Wagry, so he escaped from the Wagry, yeah, in Siberia, and he came to back Poland and make Polish legions to fight for independent in Poland, you know.
Okay. Would you say this Pilsudski guy, is he viewed purely positively by the Polish people, or are there some controversies surrounding him?
You know, he have some like controversial stuff because he had also his opponent in these times, Roman Dymowski, yeah, and they like from two other parties, like politician parties, and they fighting with each other, you know. So yeah, so like most of the polls just thinking this is positive, but other polls just think this other guy is more positive, you know, like that he do it by himself.
But did he do really something controversial?
Something controversial, just he putting in his Wagry because he planned to kill the Tsar, Alexander III.
All right, thank you for that, my friend. It was lovely having you here, please.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you for the perspective of what the people have about your national leaders and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
thank you guys, thank you. Welcome in Poland.
yeah, good man. Okay, so hello, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hello, I'm Sajid Nisar. I'm from Pakistan.
Okay, as a Pakistani guy, what would you say is like a historical figure that could be considered a founding father to your nation?
Actually, we do have Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. His actual name is Muhammad Ali Jinnah, but we call him the Supreme Leader. Qaid-e-Azam literally means Supreme Leader. So he was the founding father of the nation, and his face is on our all currency notes.
What would you say was the biggest challenge he had to overcome to reach his goal of, this independent Pakistan?
So after the World War II, British Empire was weakened, so they kind of wanted to get out from the subcontinent. So the problem he faced was the subcontinent by majority population is a Hindu majority area. So he kind of had to convince British that there's a separate need for Muslims and the Hindus need a separate country because together we both can't survive. So that was the most difficult job and he did pretty well. So
Okay.
here's Pakistan.
I see. Is he viewed purely positively by our people, or are there some like controversies surrounding him?
Muhammad Ali Jinnah was a really peace-liking person, and he did actually the constitutional struggle. He was a lawyer himself, and he followed the law, and that's how he convinced the British actually to leave India. So there are not much controversies, but one is whether he was Islamist, whether he wanted an Islamist Pakistan or he wanted a secular state. So it's a really a tough question because if we look at his life, he spent in UK or even in India. He wear Western attire and he was very good speaker, English speaker, and he kind of practiced all the social things. He wasn't really a hardliner Muslim. So on the other hand, he also emphasized the importance of religion in a state. So it's really confusing for historians even to decide. But he mentioned in some of his speeches that he wants a Pakistan where minorities have their own space and everybody is free.
आप आजाद हैं, आजाद रहें। आप लोग इस मुल्क पाकिस्तान में अपनी अपनी इबादत गाहों, मस्जिदों या मंदिरों में जाने के लिए। आपका मजहब क्या है, जात क्या है, कौम क्या है, इसका हुकूमत के मामलात से कोई ताल्लुक नहीं।
So he didn't live longer. He just died within the first year of creation of Pakistan. So I mean, if he may have survived, you may have seen Pakistan a really different state. So the controversy is not there really much. One thing is like he married a non-Muslim person, but because it wasn't common back then, and yeah, it can be, but it doesn't sound like a very big controversy. He was a really like a simple guy. And
Let's say differently. So please, is he viewed purely positively, or was he criticized for something, perhaps?
as all leaders, there are always some criticism. On him, it's from the Indian side that in the first era of his politics, in his starting journey, he was a really big leader of Hindu-Muslim unity. In fact, he wanted a joint India, and he said it would be strong, but for some reason he changed his mind, and that's a question and bit controversial thing about him. Other than that, he's a really positive leader.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for coming here today, and yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. Hello, my friend. Where are you from?
I'm from Kenya, but currently I'm residing in Hungary.
Okay, awesome. Well, as a person living in Kenya for most of his life, does Kenya have like this historical leader that was like a founding father to Kenya?
Yeah. We had such a leader. His name was Jomo Kenyatta. Action quotes Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. He had a big title,
What does the title mean?
the Elder.
The elder.
Yeah.
Okay. And this guy, please tell our audience what was his biggest obstacle to overcome?
The biggest obstacle I think he had to overcome during those times, of which had to be like to educate many of the Africans because of the high literacy rate that was at that moment in time. But I think he did the best in his powers.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Would you say he's viewed purely positively, or are there some controversies surrounding him as well?
I cannot say he was among the best presidents at that time, but he was our president at that time. So everything he did at that time, I really appreciate it, and I don't believe any man can go in history without having his own controversies. But yeah, he had some controversies. Yeah.
What type of controversy, for example?
During that time, like we had to split our land. We were given our land back by our pre-colonial masters. He took most of the wealth of the African land and made his. That I might say was the bad part.
I see. Yeah, thank you for coming here. It was a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak.
No problem, man, no problem.
Yeah. Hope see you again.
So hello, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm from Jordan. My name is Majd, and it's a pleasure to be on this interview over here, telling you some information about my country, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm glad
yeah.
to hear that. Let's get right into it. So would you say Jordan had some sort of this founding father in its history, some sort of figure that really stands behind the creation of modern day Jordan?
Yeah, of course. It's the King Abdullah the First. He's the founder of the Emirate of Transjordan. It was in 1921, and ever since some years later, in 1946, we got the independence from the British. Yes, and we have established the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan.
So would you say that was his biggest obstacle to essentially persuade the British to grant him this kingdom?
Yeah, like it was very challenging for him to settle between the tribes in the country and also with the British government. So it was a challenge.
Since he is this father figure to your nation, would you say he is viewed purely positively, or does he like suffer from some controversies being attached to him?
Well, due to his Zionist connections, he has been assassinated in 1951, actually.
Okay.
And because most of the Arab leaders and even the Arab world, they had, a problem with his Zionist connections and relationships. So no, like he had, of course, a positive impact in the independence and gaining the independence of Jordan, but at the same time, his approach with Israel and Zionism led to his death. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot for this insight. Thank you
Sure.
for coming. And
Sure.
that's it from me. Thank you for
Thank
being
you
here.
so much.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Good.
Yeah.
Takže čau, teď už můžu česky a potom dní plném angličtiny. Jak se jmenuješ, odkud jsi?
Takže ja som Tibor, som zo Slovenska, konkrétne z Trnavy.
Takže otázka dnešního dne je, koho na Slovensku pokládáte vy jako takového toho otce zakladatele? Kde je vaše historická figura, který by si řekl, že je otec zakladatel pro Slovensko?
Takže ja si myslím, že pre veľa ľudí sú to rôzne osoby. Hej. Napríklad, kebyže sa opýtaš takúto otázku slovenčináriek, čo máme učiteľky slovenčiny, tak vedia ti povedať veľmi veľa kandidátov, ale osobne za mňa je to môj názor, hej, by to mohol byť ľudový Štúr, lebo je to človek, ktorý vlastne je dôvodom, prečo máme slovenský jazyk a v podstate jazyk je základ každého národa a v tom čase si myslím, že to bolo dôležité, aby vlastne sme ako národ nejako mohli vzniknúť, aby sme mohli vôbec sa prezentovať, nechcem to tak nazvať v tej dobe, ale prezentovať sa, hej, že vlastne sme tu, existujeme, máme dokonca svoj vlastný jazyk, mali by sme byť samostatní.
Nejste Maďaři.
Nejsme Maďaři, presne. Chápeš, lebo bez jazyka, čo sme, hej, nič.
Wow. Další otázka by byla, co byl největší problém nebo největší překážka, kterou musel překonat, aby dosáhl toho svého cíle, nebo se k němu aspoň přiblížil.
Vlastne, akože on bojoval hlavne aj s tou maďarizáciou, hej, bojoval vlastne s rôznymi dôležitými ľuďmi, lebo chápeš, prečo by tí u moci chceli, aby teraz zrazu robotníci, hej, ľudia, čo robili na poliach a v podstate poslúchali, aby teraz zrazu mali svoj vlastný národ. Hej, aby zrazu mali svoje vlastné práva väčšie, hej, chápeš? Tak samozrejme, že tým ľuďom u moci sa to nepáčilo, čo robil Štúr. Samozrejme aj tá tvorba toho jazyka. A vlastne nebol iba jazykovedec, bol to aj politik, hej, bol vlastne aj na čele hnutia, hej, ktoré vlastne burcovalo tých Slovákov, že sme tu, hej, existujeme a musíme sa zjednotiť a že reálne sme jeden národ.
Když jsme už u toho, tak my třeba se v Česku hodně učíme o našem národním obrození a do toho slovenského třeba vůbec nezabrušujeme, tak jenom taková bonusová otázka. To jsem se neptal našich kolegů třeba z Afriky, že jo? Ale jestli máte třeba ještě další takovýhle figury, který by se jenom tak mohl zmínit z nějakého toho teda slovenského národního obrození a říkáte tomu tak vůbec, slovenský národní obrození?
Akože nepočul som taký výraz, hej, ale zas ja som není nejako historik, hej, a samozrejme. Ale akože máme tam vlastne tí ďalší kandidáti, čo som spomínal, by mohli byť napríklad Bernolák, hej. Hovorím, to sú fakt tie dve hlavné osoby, ktoré tam tak vystupujú, hej, v tej slovenskej histórii. Takže tak.
Tak jo, takže pan Ľudovít Štúr má nějaký kontroverze, nebo je vnímaný opravdu Slovákama jenom a jenom dobře?
Akože úprimne neviem o žiadnych kontroverziách, hej, a neviem, nie som historik, ale za mňa aspoň, čo som sa napríklad učil v škole, alebo taký ten general knowledge o ňom, tak nemyslím si, že mal nejaké kontroverzie. Maximálne, čo by možno niektorí ľudia mohli vnímať v dnešnej dobe ako kontroverzie, že vlastne mal také, nechcem to nazvať, že radikálne postupy, ale v podstate hej, že vieš, bol to človek, ktorý si vedel dupnúť, proste vyjadril to, čo chcel, hej, aj napríklad napriek tomu, že mu hrozilo perzekúcia, hej, odsudzovanie, hento tamto, vieš, ale v podstate práve, že toto je ten dôvod, prečo viac menej sme tam, kde sme teraz, hej. Kebyže sa nechá umlčať hneď prvou prekážkou, hej, tak no, teraz tu s tebou nesedím a nerozprávame sa o ňom. Hej, takže to je možno čo akože môžu niektorí ľudia tak vnímať, hej. Ale napríklad aj v tej dobe, hej, v tej dobe bol akože, si myslím, že celkom dosť kontroverzný, hej, lebo to bolo nevídané, aby niečo také sa dialo. Vlastne hovorím, on nebol iba jazykovedec, on bol aj na čele hnutia, hej.
Tak ještě jest taková bonusová otázka, to mě teďka napadlo. Myslíš si, že by vlastně pan Štúr vnímal dnešní slovenštinu jako pozitivně, nebo jak myslíš, že by se na to on stavil?
A toto je veľmi dobrá otázka a ja si myslím, že je to niečo, na čo nevieme odpovedať, lebo vieš, jeho slovenčina, štúrovská slovenčina sa veľmi líši od toho, čo máme dnes, hej. Ako slovenčinou hovoríme v dnešnej dobe a napríklad obyčajný Y, hej, že čo je v dnešnej dobe veľký kameň úrazu, hej, mäkkej Y rozdielovať, tak Y neexistovali viac menej počas jeho doby, hej, tiež pribudli reformami, hej, potom. Ale fakt je to akože také, že možno by sa na to pozeral pozitívne, na tie zmeny, ktoré pribudli, ale možno by ich vnímal v zlom svetle, hej, že nezhodovali by sa s tou jeho slovenčinou, ktorú on chcel pre tých Slovákov. Ale čo si myslím, akože, že určite napríklad by sa mu páčilo, hej, je v podstate to, že sme slovenský národ, vieš. Že máme svoju vlastnú kultúru, hej, máme folklór, máme hudbu, máme všetko možné, máme hranice slovenské, hej. Čo akože keď si povieme, že máme slovenské hranice, tak akože znie to vtipne, ale vieš, v tej dobe neboli slovenské hranice, v tej dobe ani nikto nečakal, že nejaké slovenské hranice niekedy budeme mať. Hej, že akože hovorím na túto otázku, či by sa mu páčila tá slovenčina v tomto stave, v akej neviem, ale určite si myslím, že by sa mu páčilo v to, že vlastne sme tu teraz ako národ.
Tak jo, super, děkuju za odpověď a děkuju za super rozhovor. Děkuju moc, Tibore.
Pohode, díky za pozvanie.
Není problém, není problém. Těšilo mě.